consciousazine.com Chronicles. Okay, welcome guys, this is just another little video. Sorry, the volume was down. Hi guys, this is just another little video on OPs, organic portals. I'm going to do this one today. OPs try force you to be part of the group Undynamic. Now, why I've called it Undynamic? Well, I find in the end that groups stifle innovation, and especially OP-filled dense groups, they're there in order to stifle the actual evolution of what could be. They're actually there to stifle. When it's a heavy OP group and against a very good souled player, they're actually there to stifle your ideas and your novelty up, and keep it in the habitual, keep it in the third dimensional, keep it, or the second dimensional, or the fourth dimensional, with emotion in the wrong way. You know, if you're in a group dynamic, sometimes they can have the wrong emotion. And what I mean by wrong is that it's not efficacious for fixing the solution and evolving the situation. And this happens a lot, I've seen in the corporate world, where they think they're making great headway, but they're just like, I don't know, sort of either turning the tanker around without knowing, or crashing the plane with falling asleep. Something like that, anyway. OPs try force you to be part of the group dynamic wherever you go, and it's because, one, they need your information, they must know, you know, because they're in fear, lower dynamics, lower consciousness, they're always in fear of like stuff they don't know. Fear of the unknown is a big part of their existence, I've noticed. That's why they stay so far away from psychedelics, for instance, because it changes their sturdiest part. The OP's sturdiest part is their consciousness or their unconsciousness. So they don't have to move, because coming to consciousness is painful and it requires movement of neurology, not stagnation. So they prefer their, you know, unconscious or subconscious and less conscious, dimmer light state. And back to the main focus of the video. They try to force you to be part of the group dynamic. Now, that's not only just for the obvious of energy stealing, like obviously we don't have to mention this, you know, energy stealing every time, because it's the most well-known part of the OP theme, so I'm not going to say it in every video. But yeah, so obviously for that, but then there's the stifling of the evolution, and just the control. It's for control, because if you're in the group, at least they have a chance to control you, and it's to get rid of their fear of the unknown, and reasons like this, but well disguised as mimicked sort of caring for the community, often type of cover-up, you know, going on in the group dynamic. That, you know, and the unsaid has to be seen by the seer. You know, the unsaid will always remain the unsaid with the OP groups, I've noticed, and the OP. It's like you call them out on something that they're doing to, you know, be a black alliance and stifle the flow of the universe and the river flow of creation and heaven. You call them out on something and they always seem to go blank. You've seen that blank look, and, you know, they're just completely blank on it. And not just that, they'll immediately cover it up or immediately change the subject as well. Now, you might say that's not an OP trait, everybody does that. No, if everybody does it, we've picked it up from the OP society, yeah? From the sick society. Like, if I'm doing it, say, twice a week, when they're doing it all the time, it's because I've accidentally picked up that behavioral pattern, okay? Anyway, so the OPs try to force you to be part of the group dynamic, and I put undynamic because they stifle, and the group is there when it's an OP-based group. You know, when it's a souled human-based group, things are crazy, and we're not going to really go into that, but it's definitely dynamic, yeah? Stuff goes down, and, you know, it can be bad, but bad, so-called bad stuff happens to break ontoses and break barriers and to go to new levels, so it's not really bad in the end. So souled human groups can be gnarly. We're not going to really talk about that, but the undynamic, ungnarliness of the OP sort of based groups, when OPs are really ruling over the group. And just groups in general are more OP based. That's their type of style of living. The souled human is the indigo in the id or higher self go person, and they're always by their self more. Like, I meditate a lot, more than I notice a lot of other people do. I do not enjoy talking to people as much as other people do, because it's usually small talk, you know, and I'm a big thinker. And it's hard to do that when you're a big thinker, because you're thinking about, like, Victor Schwarberger's fucking implosion machine drive instead of who won the soccer match, you know? So these two things, they really don't touch much. So, so the OPs are trying to force you all the time to be part of the group dynamic for the following reason, or the aforementioned reasons that I've already mentioned. And, you know, if you can't see, you should really be able to understand what I'm talking about by now if you understand the OP theme. If you're just new to this video and some random listening in, well, you've really got to do your research and reading first, and then come back and watch the video, and I guess you would understand a lot better. What else? Yeah, it's just like everywhere you go, and it's mainly a control dynamic, you know. Like I said, a lot of fear of the unknown, and that's their consciousness, that's where they vibrate. But, you know, that's their type of life pattern, is group stuff a lot more, and the individuation of the indigo is seemingly the opposite, and a lot of withinness and all this stuff, you know. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say. I just wanted to make a little short video on that, just to put, I want to put all these titles up, you know, all of these, to get the nomenclature out there, to get the monikers out there, to get just the way, the sort of more exact pointing of the words, more exact wording out there, because there's, you know, some videos on OPs are just like, you guys are not making much technical effort, in my opinion. And if you're of the family of light, which you're, well, not all of you are, some will be, you know, shills and all this, but if you're of the family of light, then you're definitely about light, and light is information. So the more informative your video, the more, like, exact the wording is helpful to people, and will evolve the situation generally in our favour, and not in the gang stalker's favour, and so on and so forth. So it'll be in our favour. So yeah, a few more videos to come. There's a whole big list down here. I haven't even gotten to those first ones I made videos on, like the 17 upcoming OP videos. They're all down here still. But, because I keep coming up with new ideas. Or new, sorry, I should say that new epiphanies keep hitting me in the head and passing. Someone is helping me. Go the angels. Alright, see you later. consciousazine.com Chronicles.